We now call clause number 26 CR 20. The state of Texas versus Ricky Lynn Zero. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Present with your attorney, Mr. Dusler, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this indictment and arraignment? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, sir, this indictment handed up on January 7th of this year by the Jefferson County Grand Jury states that on or about September 14th, 2025 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third degree felony of theft. Do you understand what you were charged with? It looks like involving an automobile with a value of $30,000 or more, but less than $150,000. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
If convicted of a third degree felony, you face a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
An agreement's been reached. You would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 10 years in prison. That would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 10 years, fined $500. Restitution would be owed in the amount of $350. There would be other terms and conditions of probation that are normal and customary for this type of offense, and the probation officer would go over all of that with you here in a minute. Is this your understanding of the plan?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct? State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence?
No.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, the state you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. Totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All truth shall help you God.
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1, made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is waived.
Yes, sir.
If nothing further by the parties, I will find as follows. You are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. And you understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. And how do you formally plead to this charge, guilty or not guilty? I'm sorry.
Guilty.
I find you are pleading guilty voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, that there is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this third degree felony of theft. I am following this agreement. You're hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division prison of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years. That confinement in prison is suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 10 years. You must pay a fine of $500. There will be restitution owed to the complainant in this indictment in the amount of $350. There will be other terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. Make sure you follow those. If you fail, the probation can be revoked. You can be sentenced up to 10 years in prison. How long will it be before you can pay this $350 back? How long do you think?
After I get out, I think I'm on.
I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Okay, the quicker the better. Also, you do well, you get this probation gets shortened to 1/3 of the time. Not just 10 years, it'll be just 3 1/3. And at their restitution phase within 90 days.
Yes, sir.
As a condition, okay? You can do that.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else?
No, sir.
That's all. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you. Judge Tyler Law has a plea off the trial.
Okay. On this Marquise Washington, there's a dismissal. Is there a plea that's going to be done on that?
No, Judge.
That's just a straight dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, 26 CR 671 is before the court. Marquise Washington, a motion to dismiss was filed and it is going. That case is hereby dismissed.
You have something on there?
And I've got two cases on Troy Cheek dismissals. Is there another case, or are those just flat dismissals?
From a re-indictment judge, so those are be dismissed.
Okay, but we're not going to dispose otherwise.
No, sir.
All right, then 24 CR 499 and 24 CR 1016. Troy Delano Cheek, motions to revoke, motions to dismiss have been filed by the state, and each of those are dismissed.
There we go.
Which slides, Casey again?
It's on the trial docket, Judge.
Okay, okay, they can come up. And 24 CR 1016, Troy Delano Cheek, motion to dismiss that case is hereby granted. That case is hereby dismissed. Okay, who is it on,
Dylan Bennett. I have the call right here. It was on the phone.
all right, we call now. House number 22 CR 34, you give me Dylan Banks,
Yeah.
is that right? Is that yours?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, okay.
Short workers, okay, right on front. Right on the box. One more time. Let's say flat right there outside the box. Okay, just stand in front of Judge.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, you're Mr. Banks?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, 23 CR 34 is now called the state of Texas versus Dylan Anthony Banks Senior. And you were here with Mr. LeBlanc, your attorney, and the state's attorney. I'm sorry this thing took long. I'm looking at this, and the files, unless they come to me and generally for a disposition, I don't look in these files because there's 5,000 of them. And this states it's something filed June 6th, 2 years ago, that you wanted to take your case off of the trial docket and sign for us an agreement for this case and dispose of this case. And I don't know why that.
Not to worry, Judge, we didn't
Took so
actually
long
come
on
to
that.
terms till today.
Okay, well, his agreement is different from what the agreement was.
Correct.
His proposal was something different.
Yes, sir.
It was far less than what ended up being the agreement. And it was kind of sent to me, but of course I can't make deals with you directly. That's
Yes, sir.
between the lawyers and.
Yes, sir.
All right, so. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and arraignment? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
We're only going on paragraph 1.
Yes, sir.
In summary, paragraph 1 of this indictment alleges that on or about January 13th, 2023, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the first-degree felony of injuring, causing serious bodily injury to a child 14 years of age or younger. Do you understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is a first-degree felony, which means if convicted, you face a term of life imprisonment or any term of not more than 99 years or less than 5 years in prison. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
An agreement has been reached where you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 35 years in prison. You will be given credit for all time you have served in accordance with this case. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge, sir? Guilty or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will, and because you are guilty. Let me please thank you. Please look at what I'm showing you. States Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Understand it? Discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
States Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read through. You've read it. You are guilty of the fine charge and any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, consultation, cross-examination of witnesses, totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God. States Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record without objection for all purposes in this case. Is a pre-sentence report waived here?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am going to follow this agreement. If nothing further, I'm going to find Mr. Banks, you are pleading guilty to this first degree felony of injury to a child 14 years of age or younger, voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. This is a first degree felony. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted at this hearing to now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this first degree felony of injury to a child. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this offense. I am following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 35 years. Do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
What's the status of the child now?
She's still suffering.
From
From
the
the
effects
injury?
of this
Yes.
offense?
There'll be lifelong injuries for her.
I mean, it's serious bodily injury to the child. Is
Yes,
what
sir.
it's, resulted in. Do you understand what's happened? Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else to add?
No.
We are in recess on this case.
You want to share the background thoughts about there? You're gonna let her go? Yeah. If there's no go pull the park back and then we take them off our slump, all this.
Okay, so we've got number one again is Xavier Senegal for trial. Two, God bless you. Two is Dylan Banks.
No, we just pled that, Judge.
We just pled injury to a child. So that is Raymond Peoples is now number two. I don't know what happened. on that. But anyway, Raymond Peoples is now number 2. And then 3 is Brandon Charles, 4 is Terrence Moore.
Always try to do that. If not, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. It's not me to pull it.
Okay, I think that's everything off that trial docket, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Christian. You're
Ryan, you gotta get that done.
In the bag.
on Marlon Perkins.
Yes.
Do we need him out?
He's not here,
Oh, he's not.
Unless he's filed a waiver. May 1st on Friday, he stands on a waiver. He doesn't want to be here.
He doesn't? Now he knows that we offered.
Yeah. He's happy at his job at Rusk and
Isn't that nice? That's a good thing, I guess. Does he still
he's
feel
still,
as though he is God?
no,
our creator.
he's not really God. He's
That's
just
what he
the
said,
one
hadn't it, for years?
The wisdom, the voice tells him things to do and they're bad.
We run upstairs for some people, get a call from her, which is pulling on. Oh. And she's like.
All right. Then in cause number the 71463, the state of Texas versus Marlon Perkins. Mr. Perkins was indicted in 1996,
Yes.
30 years ago, for the first degree felony of murder. And was that his wife? Who?
Mother.
His mother and
His
I think his mother and brother were both still.
By shooting his mother and killing her with a deadly weapon, namely a firearm. And Mr. Perkins has been pretty much institutionalized now over the long term, being placed in Rusk State Hospital, where he still resides. There is an updated report dated April 23rd, 2026. Have the parties had an opportunity to review this? Are there any objections or changes for this being part of the record for this hearing today?
No.
Not from the state, right?
All right. And it is a cover page from Dr. George Howland, physician, unit psychiatrist, Rusk State Hospital, as well as Matthew Gallagher, superintendent at Rusk State Hospital, which in summary state that Mr. Perkins was admitted to Rusk State Hospital under the provisions of Article 46C of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, pursuant to a finding by this court that the defendant is declared not guilty by reason of insanity. And after a period of observation and treatment, the defendant has been evaluated by the authorities at Rusk State Hospital, and it's the facility's recommendation that further hospitalization is indeed indicated at this time. Under the provisions of Article 46C of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, a hearing for the patient must occur before the expiration date of this present commitment, and we are holding this at this time, that hearing to determine what should occur next. And there is, along with this letter from Rusk State Hospital, a forensic psychiatry report, which is consistent on signed by George Howland. And with that report, a physician certificate of medical examination for mental illness. Also signed by the examining physician, Dr. George Howland. Both these dated April of this year. And I'm going to call each of these court's exhibits. The letter will be 1, the forensic psychiatry report shall be declared 2, and the physician certificate of medical examination for mental illness in this matter shall be 3 on this date. Any objection?
No objection, John.
No objection.
Then states court's exhibits 1, 2, and 3 are admitted and made part of the record for all purposes in this hearing. All right, any additional matters that the parties want to add?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, like I said, on May 1st of this year, I spoke with Mr. Perkins. He reiterated he waived his appearance and did not want to appear for it. And had no additional information. He still suffers from hearing wisdom instructing him what to do, and he believes in numerous other things, incest. Which have made relationship with his daughter difficult. But other than that, he's a really nice guy.
On I'm looking at two cause numbers, and we have two cause numbers we're dealing with,
Yeah,
correct?
yes, two cases.
It's cause numbers 71463 and 71464. And
Correct.
71464 is murder. 71463 is what?
Murder.
Is also
Yes, sir.
an additional murder indictment that was handed up. And
It's arising out of the same.
and these matters of courts exhibits 1, 2, and 3 are to be part of each of these two cases without objection, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And again, this is applicable for both cause number 71463 and 71464. All right, based upon this hearing and the exhibits admitted into evidence, courts exhibits 1, 2, and 3, and these two cause numbers 71463 and 71464, the court will find that pursuant to Article 46C of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure and the Texas Mental Health Code, the hearing was hereby conducted to determine if Marlon Perkins continues to meet the criteria for involuntary commitment. And the parties agree from the documents submitted here that he does continue to meet the criteria for involuntary commitment, correct, everybody?
Correct, Your Honor. That's correct.
Mr. Perkins was found not guilty by reason of insanity for the two offenses of murder in 1999 in these cause numbers 71463 and 71464 in this criminal district court of Jefferson County, Texas, and was ordered by the court to enter into extended inpatient mental health commitment with the Texas Department of State Health Services, for which we renew annually. And in this hearing, the defendant waived his right to
Yes,
be present according to his counsel and did not request a jury trial on these issues, but instead agreed that this case could be heard and without his presence and a jury. And we have done this morning. The evidence includes the affidavits of Dr. George Howland, the attending physician to Mr. Perkins, and a report by Dr. Allen opining that the defendant is still very psychotic and recommends that he continue to reside in the Hope Residential Unit at Rest State Hospital for further treatment. There are no objections to that finding being made, and the court will so find, as this court finds by clear and convincing evidence, that Mr. Perkins continues to suffer from schizophrenia disorder, bipolar type, also cocaine, which was a result of cocaine dependence, alcohol abuse, cannabis abuse. The court finds Mr. Perkins to continue to be mentally ill, and by clear and convincing evidence as a result of his present illness, he is likely to cause serious harm to others if released. And the court also finds that as a result of his present mental illness, if not provided with mental health treatment in an inpatient setting, he will continue to suffer severe abnormal mental, emotional, and physical distress. Thus, the court finds that without continued inpatient mental health treatment, he will experience deterioration of the ability to function independently, And as a result of his illness of schizophrenia, he is presently unable to make rational and informed choices as to whether or not to submit to treatment and be considered in the disposition of a case if proven beyond a reasonable doubt, which the court finds in this case that the defendant voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently either committed murders individually or as a party to this offense under law, makes her culpable as either a principal or a party to this first degree felony of murder. All right, go ahead. And please introduce yourself so the court reporter can know.
Good morning, my name is Sarita Rice. I'm the sister of Lonnie Dean Scott. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
And for the records, the sister of,
The
The victim at 12:45, Judge.
okay,
I'm the sister of Lonnie Dean
we
Scott.
have two victims here in
And
these.
the cousin of Russell Rado.
Okay, so you're related to both
Yes,
victims then, a cousin to Mr. Rito, for which the defendant was sentenced here, and then you are a sister
Of Lonnie Dean Scott.
in the other, this is 4122, which was the other murder
Yes.
that the defendant was held accountable for. Go ahead, please.
I promised myself I wouldn't get up here and cry. These type of things you can never prepare for. I don't want to be up here alone. Being here is torture enough. You were my first, I don't know you, but you were my first. And when I say you were my first, you are the first time that I ever in my life, I'll be 53 years old on the 14th of this month. You were the first time ever in my life that I had to bury anybody. My mother had 6 kids and adopted 2. That's a total of 8 kids. All of us are grown. My mom had all her kids until you took my brother. I don't know what you told these people, how you felt about my brother, but I'm gonna tell you who my brother was. He was not a victim of recidivism. I looked up his file. Last time my brother was in trouble was in 2008 for a marijuana case, less than 2 grams of marijuana. He liked to smoke his weed. But let me tell you who my brother was. My brother had been to prison 3 times for drugs, not selling drugs, for being on drugs. He had a problem. If he never raped nobody and he never killed nobody. When my brother got out, he got his act together. He started attending classes, he was a foreman, he got certificates. He even became a business owner of his own transportation business. I had all the paperwork packed up to go, but when I went to pick up my sister up, I left it there. And I believe everything happens for a reason. But my brother had his own transportation business. He was an Uber driver. He was so excited about being an Uber driver. He would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drive to Houston Intercontinental Airport just so he could, that was his favorite place to go because that's where he made the most money. To go pick up people and bring them to their job, to back here to pull up into the port. He was the taxpaying citizen. He went from going to prison 3 times to changing his life completely. You know what else he did? He became a homeowner that my family is benefiting from. Yeah. He became a homeowner. Legally the right way. He went to work every day. And he saved up his money and he bought a home. Something he never did in his life. He was proud of his life and we were proud of him. He was a family man. He was. We would all get together, do karaoke. He would sing, he would dance. He was not the Lonnie Dean Scott that went to prison 3 times years ago. He was a new, revised citizen Lonnie that all he did was just worked, went home, did what he liked to do, but he never bothered nobody. Well, my brother messed up at is that he trusted you, just like Russell trusted you. And you took advantage of that. You took advantage of him trusting you. He was a single man. You knew he was an Uber driver. You knew he had cash money. I don't know what your motive was, but you knew exactly what you was doing. You did it. You did it, and you need to take responsibility for what you did. You killed Lonnie in cold blood, and you killed Russell in cold blood. You are a serial killer, a person that kills a person 2 or more times within a cooling period. Only God knows if that was the only 2. But we're gonna speak about what's facts. You killed my brother in cold blood. You wasn't fighting for your life. He didn't try to rape you. You and him wasn't in there fighting. That didn't do none of that. Because you know how I know? I seen how you came into his house. My brother was asleep on his recliner. I started to wear the tennis shoes because you know what else we had to do? I had to do, thank you for my first again. I had to go clean up his house. I sure did. The blood that seeped through his couch on his floor, I had to see that. I had to get that up. The blood matter that was on that pillow that you used, that you put on his head, it shot through that pillow so nobody wouldn't hear. I had to get that up. I had to clean this whole house up. You did that, and you need to take accountability for what you did. You are who you are. You're not going to change, in my opinion. You are a menace to society. You have hurt and ruined so many families. You have hurt and ruined so many families. My mom is 76 years old. She never lost a kid in her life. Until you decide to take up on yourself and murder. You didn't just stop with 90. You went to Russell and whoever else. And you know what? You didn't stop on your own. You got stopped. You got stopped. So you can sit up here and tell these people whatever you want to tell them. But I know, and everybody else know, because pull off the smiles. You stopped because you got caught. Killing Lonnie was enough for you. You went on to Russell, and whatever happened between that, don't nobody know. Only God knows. But you are who you are. You've hurt my family. My family is still hurting. I've been on depression pills. I've had loss of sleep. I've had to bury my brother. Me, the baby girl. I have a son. No parent wants to bury their son, their child, whether it's a son or daughter. Should I have to have that responsibility? No. But my mom came to me and she said, Sarita, you're going to have to do it. I can't do it. At that time, I had surgery. I had a femur broken on my left leg where I have a rod in my left femur right now. I had to throw my crutches to the side because I was on crutches at that time. I had to throw my crutches to the side with 32 staples and do what needed to be done. I couldn't say no to my mom. I had to do what needed to be done. You did that. That's something I would never forget. I can't get the vision out of my head what I saw in that pill, what I saw when I went in that house. After the crime scene, people came and told us we can go in. I don't know what his wife saw. I'm pretty sure the same thing his side of his family saw. But you know what I know that people didn't see? Your family didn't see what we had to see. So your family can still call you, come visit you, talk to you, write you. You can still go to the day room and laugh and play dominoes or play cards and make soups, make spreads. I know how they work. I did 10 years at TDCJ as an employee. So I know how they work. I don't hate you. I hate what you've done. I don't think that you're good for society at all. I think if you get out, and when you get out, you're gonna do the same thing. Because you didn't stop, you got stopped. You didn't feel bad about what you did. You didn't have any self-convictions and say, let me turn myself in because what I did was wrong. You didn't. You didn't call after you shot my brother. You didn't say, oh, I feel so bad. Let me call the ambulance. You didn't do anything. When I got my brother tennis shoes that he had on, they were still warm. They were still warm. It wasn't long before, after you did what you did, that we was there. I have those tennis shoes at my house now, and a couple of his suits and clothes, because that's all I have in memory of him in pictures. Russell, I met Russell 2 years before you murdered him. I didn't even know that. Yeah, your grandpa, that's my cousin. That's my first cousin. He was a good guy. I believe in second chances or whatever. He was a good guy. When I was on them crutches and had them 32 staples in my leg and couldn't walk, was uh non-weight bearing for 3 months. Russell came, checked on me, brought me food. Yeah, on like clockwork. He took care of me. Diane couldn't be here today. No, you know her. Yeah, I see how you looked at me when I said her name. She couldn't be here today. But she did write a statement, give it to the parole people. I hope they read it. But you've run my family. I think you deserve the max. I don't think there's no hope for you. Because you don't have any remorse. Of course, when people come to court, they're supposed to say what they have to say. But like I said, you were my first. I will never forget you. I had to go buy a hat. I went and bought my brother a tie, a shirt, a suit, underclothes, all that stuff I had to do. I didn't want to do that. I never buried nobody in my life. I was forced. I didn't want to have to do that. And to see it didn't have to put my own personal health at risk because I'm supposed to be non-weight bearing to go do the things that needed to be done when you bury somebody, death certificate, going to the funeral home, coming to Ken down here to I think his name is Ken Paxton that's on the paperwork because my brother didn't have life insurance to get help with his funeral. Yeah, I think you should have to pay that $600 to $800 back. Yep. All that. I never had done that before. Get a death certificate, had to sign it. I had to do everything. Stuff that I didn't want to do, stuff that I never knew nothing about. Because of you. So as far as I feel about you, like I said, I don't hate you. I hate what you did. You took away a son, a father, a family member. Lion didn't deserve that. He did. If Lion was a bad guy and was around, doing awful things, I wouldn't even be here. And God in heaven, no, I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't back that up. But I knew my brother. And I knew the man that he was. He was a godly man. He was going to church. He was getting up and working every day, like a citizen, paying tax. He didn't deserve it. My family didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. So what I have to say to you is that do your time like you did the crimes. You killed those people. You had no remorse when you did it. Honestly, I wish you would have went to trial. Because I know when you go to trial, they play all the phone recordings and everything. And like I say, put up the smile. So all the phone calls you was making while you was in here and all that, I wish you would have went to trial. I really wish. But we're here now. But yeah. I hope when you're in prison, I hope you do all your time day for day. I hope you stay healthy while you're in them. I hope you get up every morning, and I hope the people that you murdered hunt you. I hope you can't sleep like I couldn't. I've been to my doctor so many times. Never been on depression pills. I had to put cameras around my whole house is full of cameras. Every corner, the middle, the side. I have so many cameras now because of you. I didn't live that way. And I'm a boyfriend person. Because of you, you had me living in fear. Every time somebody would pass by and a camera would go off, even if it's a car, I'm looking out the window. You did that to me. You hurt me, you hurt my family. And you need to pay for what you did. Just like you did the crime, you need to do the time. And I still pray for you. Believe it or not, I pray for you. I pray that God heals your heart. I pray that God, whatever this sickness is that you have, I don't know if it's a sickness or if it's a desire, if it's something that you like to do, if it's something you get off on. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a sickness. I think it's something you get off on. But I just pray and ask God that God really help you because you need it and you're going to need it. And these people up in here, everybody have a job to do. And everybody's doing their job. But there's only one God. He got a job to do too. And one thing about him, we can ask for forgiveness and he can forgive us. But we still have to be punished for what we done. And you need to be punished. You need to stay punished. You don't never need to get out. No family should ever have to come in here and do this. Ever. Ever. I don't know how long I'm gonna be messed up behind my brother. I miss my brother. I do. I miss him. And every time he comes to my mind, I always say, not now. Not now, Lenny, because I don't want to cry. I just want to push it away. When I'm going to sleep, you think of everything hits you when you lay down. And here come Lonnie. I'm like, not now, Lonnie, I gotta sleep. So I just pray God have mercy on you. I hope you get the max. You deserve the max. And you don't need to be out where you can harm nobody else. Children, women, dogs, cats, singing, walking, and talking. Go do your time. Because we doing ours.
And hi, everybody doing? My name is Nikita Myers. I'm Reginald's cousin, and I'm Lonnie Scott's sister, the third to the oldest daughter that my mom have. And like my sister said, when my brother died and they brought him out in the black bag, and we was all standing outside. The day after that, me and my sister go to the house. We clean blood off the walls. We clean blood off the floors. We clean his house, everything. I mean, it was gross. It's something I don't want nobody to witness. It's something I don't want nobody to go through. Like I said, it's my brother. I love him with all my heart. A lot of my family, I don't know if they taking it to well. I'm still grieving because I feel like it's not true. That it ain't happening. That he's still here some kind of way. But I know he not. And I don't know you. I don't know what you're going through. But I'm pretty sure if you had somebody that did the same thing to my brother and my cousin that did to your family member, you'll feel the same way we feel. You need help. You really need help. And I don't know nobody that's gonna sit up in this courtroom and take up for you and take your side when you kill two people. Then when you kill one man, you went back to go to the house after you killed him and then turn around and kill another man. That's cruel and unusual punishment. And you need to be punished. You need to be punished. You need to pay for whatever you did. And like I said, I don't know you from Adam. This is my first time seeing your face. I took off work just so I can look at you in your face and tell you whatever they give you, they need to give you. And I'm here because I want justice for my brother because he can't do it for himself because he's not here. That's why I'm here. I want justice for Lonnie Dean Scott. I want justice for Reginald, your grandpa. They need justice because you here, they not. You can leave here and go back in your cell. They here, they not here, you are. You can still live your day while they in the graveyard. We gotta go visit them in the graveyard. Whatever you guys give her, she deserves. She deserves. Don't show her no mercy if she didn't show them none. And I'm through.
And one more judge from I'm sorry, the mother of the child who was previously under, there was a sentence, we waited until everything was sentenced.
All right.
He came to speak, so
Go
she'll write
ahead,
that word.
please.
How you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm April Robinson and I'm the mother of the child that she assaulted, her niece. I'm here today standing for my daughter, Lace's niece. My daughter trusted you. She sincerely loved you. And you betrayed her. You violated her in the worst way possible, ever. And as a mother, you also did it to me because you know how I am about my children. And I trusted you with my daughter. And you know how Leah feel about y'all. And you did her bad. You did her wrong. For years, you continuously assaulted my child when all she did was love you. That's the worst. You're the worst type of person. And although you did all those, like, you couldn't even take accountability for what you did. You lied. You made her family, your family, turn on her. You know what that did to her? That her own people gonna turn their back on her for you when you know what you did to her? That's the worst. It's the worst. You can't even take accountability for what you did to your own niece, who you supposed to protect and love and make sure nobody else on the outside harm her. You harm her. You doing bad to her. But you know what? Even in spite of, God is good and he sits high and he looks low. My daughter is prospering. She's intelligent. She's doing wonders. Nothing you did to her is stopping anything that God has set for her to do. She's doing everything despite of what you did to her. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I'm here because I hope you sit in prison every day of your sentence and you suffer. You look like you suffering right now. You can shake your head all you want, but I pray every day that you're in there, you sit and you suffer and you take what you did. Not only to my daughter, but also to Merce. That you sit there every day and you think about what you did and you take it off because you did that. Take accountability for what you did. And get that suffering that you put on my child, that you put on his family. And I'm gonna leave it at that because at the end of the day, God controls all of this. And I'm glad he gave you 40. That was my prayer. Thank you, Judge.
Anything else?
Okay.
In this case, then we're in recess. Thank you. Next, anything else? By anybody? Oh, on any other cases? No. Are there any other matters from the state or defense to take out? No? Y'all don't have anything?
No,
Y'all are talking about something else. Okay.
yes.
Then we are in recess. We'll be taking a jury here at 1:30. Thank you.
In this heartbreaking courtroom moment, the victim's family finally speaks, and their words hit harder than any sentence. A sister stands up and looks directly at the defendant, describing the pain of losing her brother and the trauma that followed. She explains how her brother had turned his life around, working, building a future, and taking care of his family, only for it to be taken away in an instant. But what makes it even more painful is what came after. She had to walk into his home and clean up the blood left behind. Her voice doesn't shake with anger. It carries grief, exhaustion, and truth. She makes it clear this wasn't self-defense. This was a choice. Then comes the final message. You didn't stop. You got stopped. The courtroom falls silent as the weight of those words settles in. Because in moments like this, it's not just about punishment. It's about the lives that were shattered forever. Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.